So my name is Moudy. I'm a researcher at IFT, which is the Institute of Free Technology. Actually, we are building a lot of public goods, so everything is open source. And we are trying to build our network state to have all the possible, let's say, services for users available in one place. And I am working on a blockchain. We are building a blockchain for securing privacy to users. And we call it selective privacy because it's not something that the applications or the developers are trying to control, but it's the user that is controlling everything from their keys to their privacy to how they want to make all the transactions they need. So today, I'll be speaking a little bit about first cryptocurrency, how it works, so the blockchain that run everything about cryptocurrencies, a little bit about Web3, and then I will explain a little bit what we can do with crypto if not trading. So first of all, I want to ask who holds crypto here? And okay, how do you use crypto? Is it just for trading? Yes? Okay, so today you will see how you can use crypto not only for trading, while making, like, let's say, benefit and helping the community as well. So the first slide is just a normal slide where it shows the difference between normal transfers, bank transfers that would take a lot of time to arrive, and a lot of fees, approximately 7% fees, while cryptocurrency can arrive within minutes with almost zero fees. And here I would like to give an example of passing a €5 notes from here to out. So it would take a lot of time maybe. The same if I send for someone some crypto that are in the same room or in another room. Maybe it will take the same time, but I'm not gonna be able to pay as much fees as I'm paying for transfers. So I imagine this when we are in remote places where people don't have a lot of access to banks. Not everyone is able to open a bank account. Like now, if you want to go to the bank, open an account, you need to have a job, a lot of things that not a lot of people can have. So for me, crypto is a way not just to make money, but to access services that ensure the same amount of fairness for everyone. So it's global access and it's inclusive. So everyone can have access. If they are rich, if they are poor, if they have a job or not, if they have certain rules and they can abide to the rules, then they can have access to it. So for me, and what I'm doing also in my work is to give non-privileged people access to what privileged people can have. So yeah. So it's not just for tech's sake. So actually here it just shows that how crypto, for example, helped in Ukraine war to get access to funds during the war without having to go through banks. And also we need to understand that if you want to send money or currency to other places that have different currencies, then you need to pay fees for the fee exchange and for the bankings and stuff like that. While here we can see that around $100 million in crypto donations arrived immediately to Ukraine and they were able to use them immediately. Another thing is that crypto usually is driven by necessity, not just speculation. And here I'm talking about crypto, not Bitcoin. So Bitcoin is just a digital money. So it's a digital coin that runs on its own network, on its own blockchain. So you cannot do a lot with it. But crypto, we have stable coins, we have tokens, we have a lot of things that we can do. So it depends on how we use them. That's why they are driven by necessity and not by just speculation. So it's not just you open, it's low, I will buy, it's high, I will sell. It's not like this. It can be like this, but this is not the purpose of crypto and blockchains. And here we can see that it's a game changer to the words underbanked who prior to the emergencies, blah, blah, blah. So actually, it's just to say that even in developing countries now, they are using blockchains and crypto payments. For example, the World Food Programs or UNICEF or organizations like this, they started to build on blockchains and to submit payments through blockchains because it can arrive in a very fast way, especially in places where banking services are too hard. For example, I lived for 3 years in the Caribbean. I was teaching at the university. I had to wait for 1 year to have a bank account and other 8 months to have a card. So my card arrived 2 days before leaving the country. And this is because I had a work, I had a lot of references, but people that are living there, they don't have access to banking because they don't have stable jobs. So what they do, they get loans. And when you get loans, you are paying a lot of fees. So I know people that get a loan, and the time they pay the loan, the year after, they pay the loan to take another loan in order to survive. So if you have blockchain and cryptocurrency payments, this is also a way to give inclusivity to these people. Another thing that I explained before is that normal bank transfers, they take a lot of time. Now you can tell me, oh, Revolut, you can send Revolut to anyone. But Revolut is not available everywhere. And it's not, before it was easier to open an account on Revolut. Now, for example, I'm citing Revolut, but there is N26. There are a lot of services also. Not everyone can have access to these. We pay higher fees. So we pay almost 6.3% of fees. So if you are sending $200, you are paying $13 just as a fee to send it. While with crypto coins, you can, it's between 0.1 and 1% if you know how and where to send money. Otherwise, it can get almost to 3%. So this is also one way to use cryptocurrencies. And yeah, as if for now, there are almost 700 million people that owns cryptocurrencies. So it's becoming something more and more like not, I call it, yeah, exactly, not science fiction, even though I think 70% of these people hold crypto just for trading, which is a good point. This is like, it's entering the market now. And I think by the time there will be more awareness about how to use cryptos, how to be able to build communities, how to be able to build your own community and invest in your community and make money and make others make money from these communities. So yeah, so what is cryptocurrency? I need to, yeah, actually, well, it's money moving in the air, actually. So yeah, so this is cryptocurrency, actually. But I will go deeper in this. So all of this is cryptocurrency. So as I was saying before, so crypto is a digital money. So something digital like your bank balance, it's digital, you don't own your money. The difference is that there is no central authority. It means it's decentralized, meaning that if you want to withdraw your money, your bank should approve. And if your bank says no, it's a no. So even if it's your money, you don't own your money. While in crypto, it's decentralized network, so it's transparent. So everyone can see anything that is happening, but no one can touch it. So everyone can see that you moved some balance from one account to another account, but no one can actually go through it. So it's transparent, which is good, so everyone can see everything. It's trustless, so you don't have to trust anyone. You just trust the network. There are validators, there are operators. So if you trust the network, if you are part of the network, and networks are usually done in a way that if there is malicious actor, it will be kicked out of the network. So you need to behave in order to keep staying on that network. It's permissionless, so you don't have the permission of anyone to send or withdraw or do whatever you want. And there are two different types of cryptocurrencies. So there are coins like Bitcoin, for example. Bitcoin, it's a coin that runs on their own chain. So they have their own chain. And then there are tokens. Tokens are like USDC or Solana or any other tokens that run on existing chains. So they use other chains to run. And yeah, so this is the difference between having a coin like Bitcoin and having a token like USDC or others. And there are three types of tokens. So there are the payment coins like Bitcoin. Then you have smart contracts. So smart contracts are programs that just follow some rules and apply them automatically. So you have an application, a decentralized application that there is a smart contract that runs on top of it, and it dictates everything. So if you know the rules, you just do whatever you want, and the smart contract will execute whatever you want with these rules. And then there are stable coins. So stable coins usually are like USDC or USDT or other stable coins that are pledged against USD. So they have a fixed amount. It barely doesn't change unless there is something happening. And they are used a lot. One example of using stable coins, for example, is payments. Imagine you want to give the same service to different countries, and different countries has different currencies. So instead of saying, okay, I want 2 Bitcoins and the price of Bitcoin is not stable, so you will fix a rate saying that this service costs 10,000 USDCs, and you will be paid equally by anyone, or you will pay everyone with the same rate without having to care about, oh, today they will send me 2 Bitcoins that are worth 200K, and tomorrow they will be worth 10K. So, so yeah, this is why we use stable coins, especially in crypto, in big crypto firms. Usually they pay in stable coins. If it's not USDC, it's DAI or other things. So yeah. So now we went from crypto. So where do you hold your crypto? So there are 2 ways to hold your crypto. One is the custodial wallet, meaning that you can use Bitcoin or Coinbase or anything using your KYC. So know your identity. So they know your identity. They hold the keys. So even if you have the password, but they hold your keys. Why is it good? Not for me, but because it's easy for user experience. You don't have to worry about generating your keys or holding your keys. You just put a password, and with this password, you can access your funds. But as the title say, not your keys, not your coins. So if something happens, like a lot of exchanges, something bad happens, you will lose everything. So what we advise is the self-custody wallets, which can be in 2 ways, either MetaMask or any plugin. I think it's easy to set up, or a ledger. Ledger is a hardware where you can have your private keys, and you can hold your crypto. But here you hold your private keys and you hold your seed. So the seed serves to generate your private key. Of course, if you lose your private key, then you lose the utility of the ledger. But usually people that use a ledger, they are aware of where to hold their keys. Later, I will show you a product that we are doing in our company that we already done, that is cool and easy to use. But yeah, like usually, if you want to buy crypto, first you need to go through an exchange, and then you can start having your own wallet, generating your own keys, and holding your own crypto and managing them. So yeah. So this is cryptocurrency. Now, everything that I explained works on top of a blockchain. So a blockchain is a decentralized way to share information in a safe and trustworthy manner thanks to its system of blockchains validated in consensus. I will explain every word later. This means that every block of data is shared among several agents that validate it and guarantees its inviolability without the need of an intercessor to consolidate the information. So, before going through this, imagine a blockchain as a Google Sheet. So imagine you have an online Google Sheet and everyone can update it. So everyone can see that you are updating the Google Sheet. That means that it's transparent. So first, it's public, it's transparent. And imagine now the blockchain is just different sheets of Google. But every sheet have a transaction. Let's say that on the first sheet, we have Bob sending 1 token to Alice. At the end of this sheet, there will be a signature, which is a hash. This hash is just to ensure that this is authenticated. Everyone will see it. Everyone will validate what is written on the Google Sheet, but no one can change it. Now, in order to write another block, we need to write another Google Sheet with different transactions. But before we sign it, we need to also include the hash before of the document. So it's like page 1, page 2, page 3. You cannot go to page 3 without going through page 2 or page 1. So everything is documented and signed. So this makes a block of chains, and that's it. So when we say it's distributed digital public ledger, because it's public, everyone can see it, it's distributed among us, everyone can do whatever they want regarding the rules. It's a chain of block, and every block is a set of transactions or rules. Now we are saying transactions, but it can be a set of rules, it can be a set of anything. Then, as I said, each block will have a unique fingerprint. This is the hash. So we sign it. That means that no one can alter this document. No one can change it. If now someone remove it from the block, all the blockchain will go down because it cannot go through. Then, as I said before, the network nodes agree for each block. This is the consensus. So every time we create a block, if we are part of the blockchain, we need a minimum amount of people that agree and validate this block. If it's not validated, it's not going to go through. So everyone then has a copy of all the chain. So it's decentralized because everyone can have it. It's transparent, everyone can see it, and it's immutable. Immutable, it means that you cannot alter it. It has a hash, and the hash actually it's a one-way function. It's like a lock, and you only have the key, and no one can open it. Like you can close it, but you cannot open it anymore. So for this, actually, there are 2 types. You have Bitcoin and you have Ethereum. There is proof of work and proof of... Exactly. So proof of work, meaning that validators should show a mining energy to be able to stay on the network. And proof of stake is a way to stake some tokens as collateral, but this is not just as a collateral. The proof of stake is to show that you are faithful, that you are trustworthy, and you want to do things for real. So you stake an amount of tokens to show that, okay, I will be able to do these things because I'm serious. That's it. So yeah. So cryptocurrency, blockchain, now Web3. But before going to Web3, I will go through Web 1 and Web 2 just to show you a little bit the differences. So Web 1. Web 1, we call it read-only. So if you imagine internet before, you have a static website. It means that you can only consume. So you can only read, you cannot interact. You cannot write, you cannot respond, you cannot do anything. It's just like a magazine or a book. You are just reading. So it is a centralized publishing. It's called few to many. So you have few creators and many consumers. And only one way of communication, because it's only the web designer or the creator who is communicating with you whatever they want to communicate, and you are only perceiving the information. And this is like Yahoo, Google, and eBay way before. After Web 2, we go to Web 2. After Web 1, we go to Web 2. So Web 2 is read and write. So now you can interact, you can consume and produce. So you can read, but you can also write and publish. It is many to many as well, so many creators and many consumers, but the problem is centralized. And it's corporate control. So, for example, last study says that 43% of all, 43% of companies hold all the data of users, which are, I think, MetaMask, Google, and like big corporate. So they hold your data. So you don't have your data. So when you see ads and stuff like that, it's because you are sharing your data and they are monetizing from your data. So nothing is yours. So you have access to the information, but you are paying it with your data. And the problem of Web 2 is that for each platform, you have a separate login. So for Facebook, you have a login. For Google account, you have a login. So for now, it's good because we are used to it, but this can be made better. This can be made better through Web3 because it's a new iteration of the internet that decentralized everything. So it's like Web 2, but it's decentralized. You own your data. You can create your communities. You can be more democratic because it's not corporate driven, it's community driven. So you can choose how to manipulate the data. You can choose how to use your data. It's open source. It's trustless. So you don't need to trust anyone on the web or on the chain because there are some rules that control if you are a good or a bad actor. And it's permissionless. So as I said before, you don't have to ask permission for anyone to use your data or to use your tokens or to build your communities. So Web3 is read, write, and own because you own your data. It's many to many, so many creators, many consumers, but it's decentralized. Data is yours, and you can use your identity, like your identity can be just a wallet address. So for example, for me, I access most of the services that we use in my company with my wallet address. So it's one wallet address, it's one login for all the platforms. I don't have to remember any password, I just connect my wallet and I'm in. It's community controlled. And this we will see after how it can be community controlled because it's by vote. So every chain or every service goes by vote. So it's not that one person is deciding, it's everyone in the room is deciding depending on the rules. Some rules says that 50% should agree and then we agree, 60% should agree, then we agree, otherwise we cannot do anything. And it can be controlled via tokens or smart contracts. And it solves three problems. The privacy, because no one can know your identity. We can only attest that you are a person that we can trust. You have control, so it solves the control of your data. You have control on everything. And it has rewards also, because as I said before, you can build some communities and you can give reward to people that contribute. For example, let's say that you are building crypto wave community and you need someone to implement, I don't know, your website. So instead of going and paying to someone, you can just publish it on your in your community that you need a website and there is certain token reward. So if someone can be able to do it, they will be paid as a reward by tokens that can use in several ways. So this is, plus it's trustless and permissionless. So you don't have to ask permission or you don't have to trust anyone to do all these things. So now that we have seen all of this, I will show you some cases that goes beyond trading. So before, when I started with cryptocurrency, actually, I started in 2016, I remember. I didn't know anything about crypto. I remember that when I was at the university, I had some crazy friends that wanted to build these machines to mine Bitcoin, and they wanted like 10,000 euros each that I didn't have, so I said, forget about it. Then in 2016, I started looking into things, and I started buying, I think it was 200 euros. And I started buying, and it was Kraken. And I forgot my password, I forgot my keys, and it was COVID. And during COVID, I remembered, oh yes, I have some money, and now I don't know where is it. So I had to do all the authentications. I remember that they asked me to write the date, the account number, my email address, my name with one hand, and with the other hand, my ID. And I remember it was COVID, I was alone, so I didn't know how to take a photo of me with all these things, and you need to show your face as well. So here I started saying, okay, there is something beyond this. So I started to look into why it's used, and I started looking into blockchains. So now it's a different ecosystem, it's decentralized, and we have a lot of dApps. dApps are decentralized applications. So we will see, today we will see an example of DeFi, which is decentralized finance. DAO, which is a token that help vote for the community, and NFTs. I think everyone knows what are NFTs. Then there are some examples that we won't see now, but it's like stable coins and cross-border payments, as I explained before, how you can make payments for overseas and stuff like that. And now they are using also blockchains for supply chain transparency and traceability. So now if you see like, if you are waiting for something from Amazon, you can just log in and trace every time the QR code has been scanned. Now they are using blockchain for food chain transparency as well. So you can also know when your product has been made, where it went, and stuff like that. There are a lot of companies that are using this. And they are using it also for digital ID, healthcare, and other services. So first we will start with DeFi. DeFi, actually, it's finance without a middleman. So without a bank, without an authority in the middle. It's a smart contract protocol that replicates every service that the bank gives, like lending, borrowing, or trading, but you don't have someone in the middle that controls this. So you don't have a broker, you don't have to pay fees to brokers, you don't have to go through all these things. You just interact with this smart contract, which is a program that have a set of rules. If you can respect these rules, then you can be part of it. As I said also before, access is global and inclusive, and it's 24/7 market. So you don't have to wait for the bank to open, you don't have to wait 10 working days. Everything is done transparently on chain. And until yesterday or 2 days ago, the total value that was logged across DeFi was $121 billion. It's 32% increase of last year. One example of this is Aave protocol. I don't know, are you familiar with Aave protocol or how it works? Okay, so I will show you a small example. So Aave is a bank. It's a protocol, so it's a smart contract. It works on chain, and you have the protocol that have set of rules. But let's say that there is a lender and a borrower. I am the lender, you are the borrower. We don't know each other. When I want to lend money, I don't know, you don't know, I don't know you. And when you want to borrow me money, you don't know who is borrowing the money. So what I will do, I will just deposit, I am the lender, so I will deposit 100 ETH on my Aave account. And then I will be paid in interest. There are different type of interest. You choose whatever you want. You can block them for 3 months, 6 months, 1 year. It's like staking, but you know that you are contributing in the community, and the tokens that you are locking are going to other projects that can help the community. The borrower will still have to put some the same amount of ETH as a collateral to show that it's a proof of stake, that he will be able to pay later. But instead of using his own tokens, he will use the lended money, and he will have 80% of what he has posted. So it's like taking a loan from the bank, but you don't have to go through all the bureaucratic things. They can say no. Here, no one can say no if you have your stake. And it's all transparent. Whenever you want to exit, you can exit and pay the interest that you have to pay, and that's it. So this is one way to use crypto in not just trading. Another example is NFTs. So NFTs are unique. It's a blockchain certificate that proves that you own something. It can be, it's a digital, but it can be physical. For example, it can be a piece of music, it can be a game, it can be a diploma, anything that you want. You can just certify that you own it, and you can sell it, you can trade it. So there is something that happened in 2022 when it was the hype, and the value of the market was $57 billion. Then it went to, I think, around $14 billion. Which people can see as a bad, but it's good. It means that it's stable. People are more aware why they use it. It's not like Bitcoin. Bitcoin will, it's a speculation. There is nothing. You cannot control the market. Here, at the beginning, it had the hype because everyone was interested in having this, but now it's stable. As a researcher in the field, I see it as a good sign because now people are more aware about NFTs. They are more aware of how they use them. It's like owning a car or a house. You have a digital copy of it, and you can say that this is my house, this is the NFT of it. If I want to sell it tomorrow to someone in the US, I can sell it. They don't have to come here and see it and do all of this. Also, it's used, for example, for FIFA. It's NFT because, as I said, it's unique. So when you have a ticket or you have a QR code, you can use it only once. So if someone make a copy of it, you can control it and it's not gonna work. So it's literally just to show your ownership of this thing, of this asset. In the future, which is very near, I think, we will be able to own our own digital persona. So you can have digital collectibles as we have now, but you can also have some assets like your house title, your diploma, your car, your anything that you want. You can attest that it's yours, and you can tell me this is my house. I can scan a QR code, and I can see that this is your house. So, so yeah. So in the next slide, we will see a little bit how it works. So imagine Antonio is an artist. He's making some music. So he opens a wallet. He buys some currency to pay the marketplace because there is a marketplace fee, of course, to publish it. And on the Ethereum blockchain, what will happen is that he will mint this digital object, and he will be assigned a unique digital token, which is an NFT. And there will be a history with it attached that this NFT belongs to this person. At this time, he can list it on the marketplace, and anyone can just use this marketplace to buy the ownership of this NFT. So it's as easy as that. So yeah, this is NFT, and the last example is DAO. So DAO are organizations. So it's a decentralized, autonomous organization. It's decentralized because it's governed by users. It's autonomous because it runs through smart contract. We can just agree on rules. We put them in this smart contracts, and it will run alone. And organization because, I mean, if we have a DAO, we have it because we have the same goal. Let's say that we have a DAO because we want to build a community or because we want to invest in some project, but I cannot invest alone. So we are a group of people that we can vote and invest in some projects. So it is a digital cooperation with collective decisions. We can manage investments. We can also there are protocol DAOs. For example, let's say that there is an application. Let's say we have an iPhone and we want to decide if we want to make an upgrade or no. So we can vote. Everyone that have a token can vote, and we can take the total of the voting and decide if we want to upgrade or not. It's also an easy way to pool funds and manage projects without needing legal entities, or we don't need to be in the same country. For example, if we want to invest in buying a yacht, for example, we can have this DAO and we can just vote that we want to buy it, and everyone will put the same share and we will own it. As of 2024, there were over 13,000 DAOs managing more than $24 billion in collective assets. So it means that the community is really going towards this, and they are not just using crypto as trading. So a traditional organization, we can say whatever we want, the boss will decide. But with the DAO, we have a proposal, we have decision making. So we have a proposal, we have some rules, and we all vote on these rules. And if we get to a quota, then it's good. If not, it's not gonna pass. So yeah, that was it. Thank you.